Yeah, when I was in the hospital, there was this nurse who was very close to me. And she's a young nurse. She was studying. And you know, St. Joseph Hospital here in Wiesbaden, it's also connected to the uni. And there are many professors there. So the students come and do case studies and this and that. It was part of her learning. So I gave my signature authority, and the girl, young woman, she was a blonde, uh, not blonde actually, I can say like brown hair, but like ash blonde, which is darker. Let's say just brown, like brown. And she was studying my case. She was very close to me. Out of the communication, it slipped from her mouth, and she told me there is a man who secretly comes and donate blood, and you, as in specifically for you. And I said, who is that? Because we needed blood. I was losing a lot of blood. My blood pressure was going down so much. Not losing as in bleeding. No. Every time I have chemo, it kills all the cells because mine was in the it was the whole immune system, so everything was shutting down to zero. Every 3 weeks everything shuts down to zero. And I needed a lot of blood in me because this chemo was burning everything so that the cells should not keep on growing. And I used to get transfusion every after chemo. I'll get a transfusion 2 3 times after the first two chemos, and then it started. I was getting transfusion every time I get a chemo. And this man who was mysterious, and I don't know why I remembered it yesterday when I was praying. This man who was, we were in this Shabbat prayers last night, and then it clicked me. A mysterious man who used to come to the hospital, donate blood, and say it that is for Mima. And I will be getting that blood because when we needed it, Bilal's father wanted to give blood, it was impossible. And Bilal's grandfather, despite his age, he wanted to give blood. It was impossible. And even one of my sister-in-laws wanted to contribute. It was impossible. None of them could fit me. I am a universal donor, but the problem is for me to receive, someone has to have the same specifics like me to get the blood. Otherwise, it just bounces. So, lucky enough, this was like an angel sent to me. And this man was giving his blood every time I go for the chemo. He will contribute his blood. And to date, I don't know this person. And it came back like a memory because I was in my prayers and this came. I think it's gonna, that's why I'm saying it. I was told to speak about it. It's gonna be very significant. I gave my blood and I received the blood. Sorry, this person gave me his blood, and it's a man. And the woman who was the nurse slipped it. I asked them. There's a secretary nurse there, who is the one, like the top one. I really like her. She's called Shwesta Monica. She is an angel on earth. Like literally, if you go to Joseph Hospital and you open the door at the ambulance, oncology ambulant, the first person you see with a bob cut, she with the specs, Shwesta Monica, that woman is just brought in this world doing her life purpose at the right place, right time, and doing it to the fullest. I can tell you that woman will hold me when I was so scared. And sometimes I used to cry because the fear of everything, when the doctors come and surround me, and you can even have a conversation here. The doctors used to sit and have conference. I'll show you just now. I used to cry and I was scared. That woman will hug me and let me cry on her shoulder, and she will just make sure that I get the best medicine. I can never forget that nurse ever. And every time I go, I don't know, I'm telling you, she's an angel on earth. Shwesta Monica. That woman needs a proper recognition from this state of Wiesbaden. She's one of the best nurses. She handles people like, I'm telling you, she's an angel on earth. So I tried to ask her. She didn't tell me. She said, no, it's coming from the lab. Blood comes from the lab. But I knew that young nurse had hinted it, and then she got scared because she was scared that she might be kicked out if she gives me the secret. But she said it to me. There is a man who comes here every time you have your chemo, because if I get chemo, I have to stay in the hospital. The moment you just check in, these guys come and give blood. It's a man. It's a guy. Say he comes and gives his blood. And that is the only blood that suits you. That's why we don't have problem. At least it's always kept in the fridge. When you're ready, they come and plug it on you. So I don't know who this person is, but if this message goes out and you know who you are, I would say thank you so much, because you really saved my life. I had problems even receiving blood because nobody was matching my blood group. So this is very important. I wanted to show you, and this is what I wanted to show you also. That I was saying the doctors used to have conference. Just a moment.